Battle of the Sexes. We had Billie Jean King on the programme last week, because since then you've been seeing her fairly regularly, I hear, hailing you, hi Simon, long lost friend.
Well, it was outside Radio 2, just round the corner, and this car pulls up and a voice hails me. Turns out to be my old friend Billie Jean, and who's not my lover.
And she was fantastic on the programme. And I really, really like Battle of the Sexes. Partly, I have to say, I didn't know about this game. It's about a famous tennis match from the early 1970s in which Billie Jean King was sort of pushed by circumstance into playing Bobby Riggs, who was an ageing champion, ex-champion, who had basically thrown down this gauntlet to say that he could beat any female player, that male supremacy was the whole thing. He called himself quite, forthrightly called himself a male chauvinist pig. And
have you got wind again?
Thank you. And Billie Jean King felt that it was required of her to fight this very strange kind of pantomime battle. But what the film does is it expands that Battle of the Sexes, this tennis match which remains the most watched tennis match in history, extraordinarily, out into a document of social history about civil rights, about the way in which they were battling for equal pay for women tennis players, saying, we should get the same prize purses as the male tennis players. At the same time as she was battling, I mean, later on she became, very, very politically active and a great advocate of civil rights. And it all kind of boils down to this. And for me, as somebody who, as you know, I've never really understood tennis. I mean, we've sat there and, in the commentary box on centre court when people, when these matches are going on and we're trying to review films and you keep looking out to see what's going on in the match. And I keep just, wondering what certificate a film is that's out this week. I found this really engrossing, and I found myself absolutely on the edge of my seat. I loved all the archive footage of, Jermaine Greer and, these kind of really Gloria Steinem, who I had the privilege of interviewing some years ago, and I made that documentary about Linda Lovelace. And I just thought it was great because it's not about tennis, but it really makes you enjoy the tennis that's in it. Now, you raised an interesting point, which was this question about...
First time for everything.
There is a first time for everything, which was to do with the prize purses. Do you want
to... well, I don't know whether this is the place or the time, really, to get in... Well, no, I don't really want to.
Okay, well, the short version...
It's kind of settled anyway.
Fine.
It was a thing over the years at Wimbledon. On a rainy day, such as today, you'd fill the time with the equal prize debate, the equal prize money debate, and it would come around all the time. And then, but that has... finished, it's been sorted. Because Wimbledon was one of the last to say, yes, equal prize money. They said equal prize money, that's it, we move on.
Apparently, Cycling World Championships also have equal prize money, because I was trying to find out whether tennis is indeed the only sport in which that's the case, and apparently Cycling World Championships are also there. But what was extraordinary about it was that tennis was a real kind of, a leader in this, in saying, this is how it's going to work. We're going to have equality across the way, and because the prize money that we're fighting for in the past was just astronomically different. I mean, staggering difference in money. So if you're interested in it from a civil rights point of view, it's great. If you're interested in it because the characters in it are really interesting, and Billie Jean King is such a... she's such a great screen presence. She's, you could listen to her forever. But I also think it's, from my point of view, one of the best sports documentaries I've seen, because it made me really interested in a subject in which I wasn't interested before.